Hello, everyone, and welcome to our first online event of the year together with our CTO, Sinsha. How are you doing, Sinsha?
Doing fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing very well. I'm looking forward to this live event and also the coming year. So let's see what's coming up.
All
We
right.
have announced that we have a little gift for you or for our XOAP community, but we will come back to that at the end of the live session. So stay tuned. Despite Christmas, a lot of things happened, and there are some wonderful topics for this year and this quarter. That's why it's important for you all. Follow us on our social media channels and stay tuned. But for now, back to the business. Yeah, topic of our event today is XOAP product updates, news, features, and that's session number 5. So what's new in XOAP's universe of automation? And let's get started. We provide a new version of XOAP baseline DSC module. Sinsha, what exactly is a XOAP baseline module for DSC and why I should use it?
All right. So maybe, yes, if you look at the screen here, uh, actually the partial DSC module that we are using as a base, so this XOAP baseline module is our core functionality that we need to get information from the nodes and to the nodes from our XOAP platform. So as you know, we have this version of XOAP baseline module version 0114 currently. So I'm pretty sure next week we will have an updated version with the version 15. And what's inside of this configuration? The easiest thing to get to know what I mean is if you look at our config wizard and look what is
Wow, that's fast.
available as a resource inside the config wizard or this specific module. So what we actually have here are 4 different resources, and 2 are very important for us. That's the XOAP monitor, which is actually getting all the data from the nodes that we show in the node details, like which applications are installed, what items are configured, stuff like that. And we have the package installer resource that is basically used to install applications that you configured in application management, so roles, groups, stuff like that. So that's the functionality that is used to, in combination with application management, to get the applications on the node. And the resource downloader is something that we implemented in combination with this resources area. So if you upload, I don't know, FSLogix, rules files, whatever wallpapers that you want to deploy to your nodes, then you actually have to use this XOAP resource downloader, where you can then choose the file that you want to deploy to your nodes, and then you can add them one by one to this configuration. And yeah, just close it, sorry, but there's a 4th one, a S3 downloader component. That's something that we used in the past. That's not that important anymore, but that's basically the core of the functionality that we are using in combination with partial DSC here.
Okay, sounds cool. XOAP stands for simplification. How do tags help us to simplify things and how can I use them in the future?
Okay, so that's something what is coming up new. So we have a central tag area here below, and that will grow over time inside the complete XOAP platform. So what you can do here is currently you can define tags for different use cases. So you can give a tag a name and give it a color and a description so that everybody knows what you actually want to tag or what the tag is all about. And these tags can then be used inside application management, configuration management, to assign them to groups, application groups, configuration groups, modules, or whatever, or in image management, images, to have like some sort of ordering for maybe you have different customers or different departments that you want to tag with different tags. And in the very end, you will be able to search centrally through the complete platform for specific tags. and also see which resources are connected with different tags. And if I go here once again, you also see that we like added a new way of how we add things or configure things. So in the past we had like these modals that are very limited from the functionality side. That will be the new way of how things will look like in the XOAP platform. And we're currently working on adding those tag functionalities in application management, and that's something that will be available somewhere around end of next week, I guess.
Yeah, cool. That means also I can group business units or server systems, client systems, AVD, RDS, Citrix environments, and so on. Yeah, that's a
true attack, yes.
yeah. Sounds like a great simplification. Nice. Going to the next step, we are re-implemented all the data tables with GraphQL. What is the added value of this re-implementation?
Okay, I have to be a little bit more specific. We did it in application management as the first module to be available. So what we did, so we changed a few things in the backend, how we get data, how we filter for data, and how it's shown in the front end. And what you can actually see is it's a lot faster than before. Although we are in our development environment here that has limited or not that much capacity like the production environment, but you see that it's very, very fast. And what we also did here in combination with that, we changed a little bit the way of how the filters work. So if you click on this filter here, you can, for example, specify a name and then search for something. And you can see how fast it actually is. And another thing that's also here from a functionality perspective, you can also like filter here in additional way, not only like this first step here, but dive deeper in specifying those filters. And you can see how fast it is. And you also get like a notification if you close that here, so that you know which filter you actually applied here on that column, so that if you have large data set, it's easier to follow what's actually filtered for. And that's something that is currently available. And the next step that will be also available, and that will look like those adding new text field with the fly out, will be a much more advanced filter capability as well for very specific use cases where you have to dive deep through large data sets. And that was something that came from our customers as a feature request, to have the possibility to search in large data sets.
Nice. And performance is always welcome. Yeah.
Sure.
We are also simplifying the recompliance for these DSC modules and configurations. What impact does that have?
Recompiling configurations, yes, to be compliant.
Recompiling, right? That's right.
Totally fine. Yeah, it still has to be compliant in the end. So, if you look at this data table here, so we have configurations that were created with the config wizard. One thing that we added here is you now directly see right next to the configuration with the name, who changed it, the latest version of the configuration. So before you had to dive into the config, look what is actually available. And we also added like the last version message that somebody inserted when adjusting a configuration. So that should give you a much quicker overview of which configuration is actually the latest one. And what we also did is, and that's like a preparation for those so baseline module updates where we add additional functionality, like for example, continue on error functionality for application management. So if you want to define that an application management group with lots of applications continues to install applications, although one failed. Therefore, we have to adjust the baseline module, and to make that as easy as possible for the customers, you now have the possibility to do a right-click on the Actions button, click here on Recompile, and what will actually happen is there will be a window opening without the need to go into this configuration. You will see the available modules you have. And for example, for this baseline module, you would have like a 0115 then you could just select this one, click on save, and the configuration would be recompiled, and you would have like the latest capabilities here, and to go forward with the newest functionality that we provide.
That's nice. That's more simplifying than ever before. And yeah, to finalize it, that's right. Yeah, to be then at the end compliance, yeah, or compliant, yeah, we deploy this configuration to these systems or nodes. And one unique thing of XOAP is that we have a central analytics and information to see that all systems and all nodes are compliant, and the configuration is deployed successfully or not. Yeah. Cool. Is there any other things that simplify the process and finally make configuration as code accessible for everyone easier than before? And what is expected for the next quarter?
So actually, what we also did is, if you like added a configuration with the config wizard, and for example, if you look like this demo resource, in the past you had to go to edit, then this resource opened up. You have a lot of things that you maybe haven't configured, but you just want to maybe adjust the instance name. This is now easier because we have inline editing enabled here, so you don't have to go into this full-blown thing. You can just adjust the resource parameters here directly, click on save, and you're good to go. So a lot easier than before. And what we will also do here is to organize this a little bit better and to see which resource actually belongs to which module and which version. We will add here, maybe in the next week as well, an overview with the module that is used and the version of this module, to make that a little bit simpler also to follow. So actually, what modules am I using here in this configuration?
Yeah, pretty cool. That's cool. Can you give us also a brief technology overview or preview on what we can expect in the next months?
Months or months?
In the next quarter.
Okay, so this quarter, we have a lot in the pipeline. So we will add side by side with the central text area here, centralized resources. So what we are currently working on is taking the resources out of here and centralizing them to have one place where you configure stuff. The same will happen to parameters. That will also be simplified and put into a central area so that you can use parameters everywhere. We will also add, currently working on adding the capability to add operating system generations for Azure especially. So if you want to use a Gen 1 or Gen 2. We also already added in the backend a lot of provisioner, more details for the provisioner. So there will be much more options here. That's also something that's already available in the backend, just front-end work here to do. And what we expect to be available by, I think end of this first quarter will be the first version of platform management with an area called scripted actions.
Woohoo, cool. Sounds great. Yeah. Something else to mention, Sinisha? I think we got everything. From my side, I would say thank you for the insights. And dear all, we are slowly coming to the end. After this event, everyone who starts a trial will receive a one-day health check and automation recommendation as suitable for your environment for free. This is only valid till Valentine's Day. Yeah, that's 14th of February. Hit the keys and inform your community. I will repeat it again. Follow our channels and have a look to at our new blog. Go to XOAP.io and you will find the blog in the menu. I will just go over there. They will find articles such as virtual desktop automation, Citrix delivery, and much more coming up next. So stay tuned. We wish you a successful new year, and we are looking forward to the next live event at the end of February, I think. And don't forget to save the date. Sinisha, thank you very much, and you all
Welcome.
see you soon. Bye.
Bye bye.